We love R&B. Music, music, Do you really love this music like we do? Cause if you really love this music like we do, listen as we talk about this music. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's really talk about this music. Music old and new, it just needs some rhythm, some blues. It's the rhythm and the flow that we talk about on this show. So if you're ready, let's go. This music. Let's start the show. Let's go. Let's start the show.
Okay.
All right. So, first show. I'm excited. Right? I hope you're excited. I'm excited. Um, so I wanted to first start off with like how we got here because it didn't start off with the show. It started off with this little battle we had going back and forth.
Right.
For those who don't know, Corey thinks he knows more about music than I do.
No, not more, just about the same. And I
Okay.
think considering the fact that if you put a lot of the music that we battle with and that we love in front of other people, they would never be able to like pick up a hook from the song or know who sampled it or what the original was. Like they don't have a love affair with music the way that we do.
Yeah, music is a thing for me. And so we both like vinyl too.
Yeah.
Right? And so we started these vinyl challenges where we would pick a letter in the alphabet. We couldn't agree whether it was first name or last name, but that's a whole other story. But we pick an
That's a
artist.
Senate and a House issue. I
We would we would pick an artist by the name, not agreeing on which first or last name. And then sometimes Corey would lead around, sometimes I would lead around. You pick an artist you had a vinyl for, and you drop a song, and then the other person would drop a song, and then we'd ask the audience to compare and decide who won the round.
And then our lives got in the way. Gary's trying to do this while like being a full-time dad and Senate Judice chair and like have a full-time job. At the time when we started, I was planning a wedding and like trying to do date nights and then have like a real job. And then I think for people who are like true vinyl lovers and melomaniacs, like for us, we have to take time to really think about the right song and right fit and set for any given listening moment. So it took a little time, but we got through it before the end of the calendar year. Let's give ourselves credit for that.
We did, and look, it was well received. People, I didn't think that many people were paying attention, but people would tell me, "Oh, I see the thing you're doing. It's pretty cool." So I really appreciated that, and it's just kind of developed. And I thought, we like this. Why don't we just talk about it?
Right.
So
Right.
so that's how we got here, and we're gonna try to figure out what this is, right? We're gonna try to figure out. We're gonna start off kind of loose. We have a plan for the show. We're not just spitballing, but as it goes, we're going to develop the flow of the show, right? So stick with us. Um, so we're going to start off, I think, talking about birthdays this week in R&B, right? Who was born in R&B and maybe music in general a little. We'll go a little beyond R&B, and the reason why I say we'll go a little beyond R&B because Monday. So this is being taped on Tuesday the 28th, but Monday yesterday was Tory Lanez's birthday.
Yeah.
In case you don't know that. And I don't know if I consider him R&B. He does a combination of things, but I don't know that I consider him an R&B artist. Uh, and then today is Glorilla and Soldier Boy, and heaven forbid I forget Soldier Boy, right? Oh my God. I don't even have a show that's got any note, and I'm sure Soldier Boy would pick up on that and make sure we know that he's important on Tuesday the 28th. Um, let's see. We have this is definitely not R&B, but tomorrow, the 29th, we have Martina McBride.
Okay, Martina. All right.
Yeah. And Wanye Morris,
From Boys to Men.
Boys to Men. Another one on Thursday that's not R&B, Paul Anka.
He's
But
still
we
alive. He just had a really good documentary on HBO about his career. I encourage people to check it out. It wasn't as good as the Bee Gees or the Wham documentary on Netflix, but it was really good.
Okay, I missed that. I'll go back and check that. And then in the reggae space, we have Jimmy Cliff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Friday, Little Uzi Vert.
This is why we
Saturday,
don't take the Senate seriously, because really we're gonna go with little Uzi? Come on,
I'm not gonna
Gary.
pass up Little Uzi Vert. Let's see. Saturday we have Joey Garcia from the Grateful Dead,
All right. The governor would love that.
Chuck D.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Chuck D.
Chuck D. One of my favorites when I was younger.
All Leos. I'll give them credit for that. They're all Leos. As a Leo whose birthday's on Monday, I bow down to all of my Leo artists,
Okay, and
except
then
Little Uzi. I don't know about that.
except Little Uzi, you don't accept Little Uzi as one of your fellow.
I'll leave that one alone. He's a July, not an August. He can have it.
And then Saturday we have Charlie XCX.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right. All
so,
right.
so, so those are the birthdays. So happy birthday to you all, and I would sing it, but you don't want me to. Actually, I'm not that bad.
But you
So
you missed the big one.
which one did I miss?
So Buddy Guy
Mm,
is on Thursday, which I know how much you love the blues,
yeah.
in big jazz lovers. So Buddy Guy, and then also on Sundays, Johnny Kemp.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to Sundays because I was thinking I'd throw Sunday in the next week, but okay. Well, yeah.
We'll do
Good.
it for the sake. We'll do it for the sake
Yeah, no, let's throw Sunday in the next week so we can sing the song.
yeah, because it is a payday next week.
Hey, there you go. Just got paid Friday night. Anyway, so the next part of the show is really just to check in and see what you're listening to. There's songs released
Oh man.
Tuesdays and Fridays. Friday's the big day. You
Yes.
know, Tuesday used to be the big day when I was a little bit younger. I used to spend a lot of money on Tuesdays. So the question on the table is, so of the new stuff in the last couple of weeks, what are you listening to? Anything?
Oh. Yes, so there are a couple new albums that have come out that I think have been pretty good. So Sid from the internet came out with a new debut album. A lot of people are like kind of hit or miss on it. I thought the Sid's album this time around was really good. Baby
And
Rose, go
and
ahead.
Steve Lacy,
And
Sid
Steve
and Steve
Lacy
Lacy. Yeah,
of the internet too.
yeah.
I liked Sid's album more than I like Steve's album. Uh,
I like Sid's stuff better than Steve Lacy's.
Yeah.
Period.
I
Yeah,
mean, there's some Steve Lacy stuff that I love, but it's never like one of those things. I can count on my hands how many albums like I can listen to from start to finish.
yeah.
And it's just that good. And I think Sid is always on point with that. So Sid's album still definitely up. Baby Rose just came out with a new album called Yearnalism, and I love
I
Baby
have it.
Rose. Yeah, of course he does. Of course he does. On vinyl, I'm sure,
On
no less.
vinyl.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I think what's so interesting to me about Baby Rose is like she kind of is like she's like John Mayer to me. Like she's got like this haunted, tortured voice.
The
And
voice is
if you
incredible.
watch, right, if you watch her sing, you're like that voice can't be coming out of that body, but it
No,
is.
the first time I ever saw her on video,
Yeah.
and I didn't really make the connection between like what I had heard before, but the first time I ever saw her on video, and then she started singing, I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, I know. I know.
It was an experience.
She is incredible in my opinion. And the last is going to be one that you're probably not going to expect me to say. And it's Casey Musgraves. So
Okay.
Casey, the reason why I've paid more attention to her music lately is because she's really become like the Miss Rachel of country music and has like kind of stood up against tyranny and ICE and anything that does not stand for social justice. So she's got a new album called Middle of Nowhere. But there's a song in particular that's liked by a certain mayor of New York City, not the last one. Uh, but it's
Yeah.
called Mexico Honey, which I think is really good. I think she's always had really good albums. And so I think that, it's worth a listen if people are just kind of thinking of some easy listening stuff to put on their list.
Yeah, so let me just run through some of the stuff, some of the projects that are out there, whether they be full albums or singles, just so that we have a sense of who's out, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
in the last 2 weeks, you've had Leon Bridges released a new album.
Yep.
You talked about Sid of internet fame, Yasmin Lacey,
Yep.
and I listened to that a little bit. It was pretty good. Michelle Ndege Ocello is going to be releasing an album
Okay.
called Synonym,
Okay.
and she released a single with Cynthia Erivo. And the
Okay.
single is a
Okay.
remake. It's a remake of "I Knew You Were Waiting for Me."
By George Michael and Aretha Franklin. You see, this is
Yes,
why I think I know more than Gary, or at least at the same level.
it's an interesting single. It doesn't have the same sound, obviously. In some ways,
Right.
it's
Right.
smooth, it's smoother, and it's got the soul to it. It's interesting. I would tell people that they should listen to it and decide for yourself. But it's at least worth listening to.
Well,
Um,
oh, go ahead. There was one I
okay,
want to see if you were going to mention.
yeah, go ahead.
The
No, go ahead.
Womack sisters.
The Womack sisters. That's right.
All
Yeah,
right. All right.
yeah, of a interesting lineage. That's a very
That's a
in,
whole topic. That's like a
and
whole podcast of itself with just Bobby Womack and I
yeah,
mean, just how that all happened.
Sam
Sam
Cooke
Cooke.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That's a whole thing
Woo!
on its own. Now they're all in Africa and it's just
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah, it's a lot. We'll come back to that another time. But boy, people don't know how to like set boundaries. Anyway, so then we have Leah the Leox has a
Yeah.
single out. We mentioned Steve Lacy.
Yep.
Let's see. Victoria Monet has a single.
Saw
Uh,
that.
Reach Out. Ombre has an album out
Okay.
called Peyote. Lucky Day dropped a single.
Okay.
Uh, Sounds very Lucky Day. Kenyon Dixon dropped an album worth the listen. I really enjoyed Kenyon Dixon's album. Willow Smith, right, has an album out. Uh,
Okay.
and oh, wait, I dropped a single.
And so he did. And so he did.
Yes, I dropped a single called Love Like Jodeci. Uh, and it's worth a listen. You can go on platforms and find me there, Gary Winfield. Type in Love Like Jodeci. It's worth a listen.
I
And
think they
then,
should do
God,
a music video for Love Like Jodeci. I just think it should be all pictures of Jason Rojas in college. I think that he would appreciate it. He would probably give you as much footage as possible because Jason used to tell me all the time, like he was in love with Jodeci in
mhm.
college and like played it over and over again where he almost got kicked out of his room, his dorm
Woo.
room. I never believed him.
Yeah,
Jason Rojas is a self-admitted, Taylor Swift fan. So Taylor Swift, Jodeci, I don't see how, maybe, I don't
yeah,
know, you know.
yeah.
But then I met his college roommate who confirmed that he, in fact, would have been like, it would have been Casey, it would have been JoJo, and it would have been JR, all in Jodeci if they
Mhm.
had the choice. So just
Mhm.
throwing that out there for a visual.
Well, if Jason wants to give us some footage, I'm happy to take the footage. I will not be putting on the leather, however. I'm a little too old to put that on, and it probably wouldn't look right.
It also
Um,
they went wrong with leather. I think Ralph Tresvant really set the stage for silk. Keith Sweat set the stage for silk shirts. To go from that to leather,
yeah, but they also were a change in sound in a way, right? So maybe it worked for them, but it's not something we all should be trying to do.
yeah, I won't replicate it, trust me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, there's one that wasn't in the last 2 weeks, but I've enjoyed it. The Colleagues dropped an album,
Okay.
and there are various artists that are joining them on that album, so it's worth
Okay.
a listen. And yeah,
Oh,
so
one more. Now here's one that like I have even been like he's picking up a lot of attention online. Did not think that I would enjoy it. Did not think that he would even be in this like this genre of music where I would pay attention, but it's Magnus Farrell, the son of Will Ferrell, who is now like being
oh,
compared
that's
to the new
right.
Robin Thicke.
That's right.
So he's got some great music.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, is this for real? It's for
It's for
real?
real.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Heidi Klum even like is so obsessed with him now that she posted like this video or picture where she was on a set with Will Ferrell and like made it into a video to Magnus's music, which it all like blends in, and you would probably think that it's real, but I tell people to take a look at Magnus Ferrell too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, all of this tells us one thing that, this whole conversation has been going on for the last few years about there's no music out there. It's just crazy. There's a ton of music out there,
There
and
is.
some of it's actually good. No, I'm just joking.
Some is good. You're talking to somebody that I can't listen to new music consistently.
Yeah.
I'm like getting in that age bracket where I'm still stuck in my old music or like music that I grew up listening to. So
Hmm.
it is hard for me to like if I'm listening to new music, I have to really like the artist or the flavor of what they're putting out there. So Gary's going to be more of your new music guy. I will always keep it old and stay true to it, not new to it. And it never fails us.
So, what are you listening to in general, not just what came out in the last 2 weeks?
I'm in this space where sometimes I rediscover a lot of songs. And so um, it's summer. And for me, like I always go back to like a nostalgic summer playlist. And one thing is so I loved there are a few songs or like albums that I'll play on repeat. So like Amerie's debut album, I feel like you can play from start to finish. It's a perfect summer album. Every song is just like hit after hit. You even talk about LL Cool J and Amerie's duet Paradise together. Well, Fabulous just actually covered the song for his Ghetto Fabs Chronicles
Mm,
album, and it's really really good. It's just like an updated version of what you dealt with summer in the 2000s. So
yeah,
I'm still like kind of going through my summer kick right now. Jazz
yeah.
is always picking up because I love jazz. Uh, but I mean, I just recycled the same summer songs and everybody's happy.
Well, I'll answer that question this way. Last year, it was I knew, how you get the end of the year and it tells you who your most listened
Yes,
to artists
yes,
are.
yes.
I was like, I don't even need this thing. I know who number one is. It's like it's no question. And it was actually Luther.
Oh,
Because
Gary has such an obsession with Luther.
I'm always listening to Luther, but Luther will be dethroned this year. And Luther will be
Oh,
what you know who it is?
it's not Jodeci. It's not Jodeci. It has to be. Is it Keith Sweat?
No, a newer artist. Elmine.
Okay, I didn't know
Elmine.
that.
Elmine. So last year when his Heat the Streets mixtape
Okay,
came out, yeah, no, that thing was on constant repeat. It's still going, not constant repeat, but it's still going. But then he dropped the album this year.
okay.
That's been on. So even though I have both on vinyl and I play them on vinyl, they are on my streaming services going to definitely boost him to number one. Uh Elmine is like a drug. And actually, today the 28th, Elmine is down the block at Toad's place.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Gary,
yeah.
my better half is there.
What?
She told me on over the weekend, she's like, I can't do something on Tuesday because I'm going to this concert in New Haven. I'm like, who? And she gave me a name. I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is. Whatever. So she's at the concert right
You
now.
don't listen to Elmine?
I have Gary. I mean, like, come on. I'm still trying to qualify here, you know.
You
unless
you
unless
gotta
he's paying
listen
me
to Elmine.
$5 and he lives in
You gotta
Stanford.
listen to Elmine. Elmine is yeah, it's good. And I would have gone, but I'm tired and I didn't want to stand up.
I don't blame you. I don't
You
blame
know. So and I was struggling with that. I was like, boy, this is how I know I like this artist because I was considering going to do it.
you.
That would have been interesting if we ran into each other there. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't
Wow.
even think I didn't even pay attention to it. Didn't because she's into some weird, not weird stuff, but she's got alternative taste with a lot of
Hmm.
things. Like goes from house music to jazz to uh only new school R&B, not a lot of old school R&B. We still are in very deep contention with one another over our wedding song because it was it was the makings of you. But I wanted the Gladys Knight and the Pips version. She won with the Curtis Mayfield version, which I think is just not the right setting for a wedding. So like I don't pay any attention to that music. Let her have it. Whatever.
No, but you will be rewarded for checking out
I'm gonna
Elmi.
check it out.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
love.
will take that challenge and I will check out the music and come back and I will give you something to challenge you with as well.
Listen, you could probably just start listening, but you could try Mad at Fire,
Okay.
uh, Reclusive,
Okay.
um, uh, the whole Heat the Streets mixtape. It really is. It's good, and it's like it's one of those things where it's not an earworm in the sense that it's super repetitive. Why it's an earworm?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
there's something about the voice, and the next thing you know, you're like, because you know when you listen to new music, sometimes you're like, I don't know, and then you listen to it later, and you're like, what was I thinking? And this is I love this, right? This is just more like, yeah, no, you got me right out the gate. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
good. That's hard
yeah,
to do.
yes, it is hard to do,
That
and
is very
somehow
hard to do.
El Mean repeats it over and over again. So
All
you
right, I'm
know,
gonna take a listen this weekend for sure.
yeah, yeah, and I love El Mean. I actually saw him not too long ago when he was on the R&B Money podcast. Do you watch that?
I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do when there's time to.
yeah. You got to
I'm
make time.
still watching reruns of Soul Train and Video Soul. Okay, I got to keep Donnie Simpson's legacy alive.
Donnie Simpson has a podcast too.
Why is he doing a podcast when he needs to do another show?
Hey, I'm just saying, just so you know, just so you know. Um, so let's see what else. In the R&B news, not a big thing to me, but B2K's got an album coming, right?
Oh, Gary.
They have a single
Gary.
out.
Who are they sharing this time? Right? It's just like the most ego-filled, ego-filled and like dramatic boy group that I've ever seen before in my life.
Hey,
I mean, come on. It, think of a more dramatic group of men in a singing group than those.
I'm too old to really appreciate B2K, so I just let it sit for what it is. You know what I mean?
I
I,
just didn't like them because all the girls loved them, and I was forced, like with all the girls. I want to take this girl on a date in middle school. Only way I could take her out to the movies in a friend group setting, but for her to go with me was if we went to go see You Got Served. And so I had to
mm,
sit there and listen to all this stuff about Omarion and Little Fizz. I didn't want to hear all that. So since then, we've had a beef, but I still like the music, but we've had a beef.
if I were younger and that was like in my era, I would have just been singing the songs. That's all.
I mean, the songs were good. Their songs are good, but I feel like they could have had so much more. They had tremendous amount of potential. They could have had so much more success if they just got out of each other's way.
Yeah.
Which I think if they used, Boys to Men or New Edition as a model, I think they probably would have been better off. They ended up turning into like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes when they could have been something so much better.
I mean, it's like not like New Edition never got in each other's ways, right? Like,
But look at even when they separated and they
mhm.
still come back to this day,
Yeah, no,
they
yeah,
all experience success much differently. There's just one person who experienced success in that group. So,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
No, I get it.
in different generations, like the
Yeah.
age, it's just different.
One thing I was disappointed about, I wanted New Edition to drop another good album. You
Oh,
know,
Gary.
I
I mean,
did.
Bobby can't even stand up long enough at the mic. How's he going? I love Bobby Brown, but come on.
What's your favorite New Edition album?
Ah, boy. I think that's hard, but I think it has to be the album where Can You Stop the Rain is on and Boys to Men and I just think that that's probably like the coming of age album. Is that Any Heartbreak?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's probably their best album. I think that they were all at the top of their game.
yeah.
Visually, sound wise, they were at the top of their game at that time.
I I know people are gonna be like, what? But that's
This
number
is what
two.
we call unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
Unpopular opinion. This is it right now.
that's number two for me. Number one is Home Again.
Home Again is good. I mean, they got, Hit You Off on there. They they
You
got
know
some
what?
good songs.
You know why number one is Home Again? Because the age I was when Home Again came out, it hit perfectly, right?
Okay.
And that's the thing, right? It depends on a lot of factors. And, I was a young man in my 20s,
Yeah, yeah.
right? The album hit exactly the way it should have hit for me.
My unpopular music opinion is that Jermaine Jackson's the most underrated Jackson there is in the family. And I say this
Hmm.
because I don't take away from Michael. I don't take away from Janet. I don't take away from the Jacksons as a whole, but Jermaine
Hmm.
Jackson had a lot of hits and
Yeah.
had a lot of talent and songwriting bona fides and was like could have been more if again he didn't let ego get in the way of jealousy with his brother.
Yeah, and he was big for like people forget he had a moment,
He
right?
did.
Like he
He
did
did.
have a moment. And Jermaine's real problem is Jermaine could not accept being Jermaine and not Michael.
Correct.
Like
Correct. So
there's no
unpopular opinion. No one would probably go listen to Jermaine Jackson, but when
by the
he had "Don't Take It Personal," that's
right.
one of the best breakup songs in R&B history.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with being Jermaine Jackson. Like
Gary, the hair.
no,
The
I mean
hair and also your kids are also cousins. That's a problem, Gary.
what I meant was in terms of what he was able to do musically. That's what I
There
meant.
wasn't. There
Yeah.
wasn't. I think Jermaine has always been, independent. He has a great voice. He has a softer voice, and I think it's kind of like Jermaine Jackson's like the Jackie Clark of the Clark sisters. Karen and Twinkie and Dorinda always get the shine. So there you go with
Hmm.
Michael and the Jacksons as a whole, or Janet.
Hmm.
But Jermaine's got that soft, jazzy voice, just like Jackie's got that soft, jazzy voice, and only they
Yeah.
can sing songs like that they sing.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue continue on with the news. So I already said that Synonym was coming out with Michelle
Yep.
Ndegeocello. Nivea, singer from the 2000s,
Yeah.
was on Cadillac Chronicles and
Has leukemia.
has leukemia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cadillac Chronicles, by the way, great show.
Love it.
Uh, the baby face they dragged the baby face thing a little bit by only putting out little clips for days on end instead of just dropping the whole thing. But I mean, if you get babyface, right, you might drag this out, right? And then
Perhaps.
and then Babyface brought all kinds of folks with him. He brought people from the Deal and he brought John B. And it's like,
So that's like he does in concert because
yeah,
have you ever seen Babyface in concert?
I have
Best concert I've ever been to in my life.
amazing concert,
And
amazing concert.
this was once upon a time in my 20s. I was dating my college sweetheart at the time. We went for Valentine's Day to Madison Square Garden, see Babyface. He sang all of the songs that he wrote. So for The
Yeah,
Whispers
yeah.
with Whitney Houston, for After Seven, which I loved. But then this fool jumped off stage, took off his shirt, was bare shirt, like no shirt on, running up, singing to women, and came up and was right there in front of my girlfriend at the time,
Oh
singing to her.
wow,
And I'm
oh
like, if
wow,
this fool don't get away from my girlfriend, but I mean, the show was phenomenal. Even
yeah.
at almost 70 years old, can still, no one can hold a candle to him.
He still runs across the stage like a nutcase.
He does.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
does.
yeah. I've had the good fortune to see a lot of like really good concerts, so I am not complaining. This might be an unpopular opinion today, given some of the ways that this individual has operated, but I have really enjoyed Brian McKnight. I've seen Brian McKnight several
Gary,
times.
get out of here.
Have you seen Brian in concert?
No, I'm going to tell you why. This is my second unpopular opinion. I think that Brian McKnight, I think we've had this conversation. Brian McKnight, Tank, and Boys to Men, all their songs sound the same.
What? You haven't listened to all of Brian's albums, obviously.
They all sound the same, Gary. They start the same, they sound the same.
We want people to take us seriously, Corey.
We are. I mean,
And
come on.
and wait, Boys to Men's songs all sound the same to you?
Boys to Men just was not a. I think that they were strong vocally, but I don't
Mhm.
feel like there's nothing there that's just like, oh my God, I got to go see Boys to Men. Like,
So you but beyond going to see them, because I might agree with you. I saw them once and it was okay, right? But
correct.
they don't, their songs don't sound, I mean, doesn't sound like Motown Philly, right? Like
Motown Philly is a song of its own, but if you took Ooh Ah and put it to Please Don't Go,
yeah, but you might have a song or two that sound like, but their
I think
catalog
their
is not.
Sons, When More is way better than Boys to Men.
Ooh, wow,
Now, you
wow,
want to talk about R&B not being dead and coming back?
wow.
I think that those boys have way more. They have way more unison in terms of their voice. They know how to sing in a better harmony. Their pitch is much better. They could take a song that was made 30 years ago and make it still sound like it was made 30 years ago. But
It-
today,
it's like their remake of the Tevin Campbell song.
oh my God, it was
Yeah.
amazing. So I feel like they even when they remade their dad's song "Please Don't Go," I feel like it was
Hmm.
way better than Boys to Men. And
Don't.
plus, they're being produced
Oh,
by Mary J. Blige.
she's not doing much with them right now, though.
No one knows pain like Mary.
I love Mary. I have her all of her albums, even the last ones on vinyl.
Here he goes. Yet another reminder of things. See, here's where we go with vinyl. Gary buys brand new, like newly pressed vinyl of artists from the past, but for today. So he's getting it quicker. I'm spending a lot of time searching New York City and Connecticut for vinyls that I've been waiting on for the long. I don't even want to tell you how much I spent on Tony Braxton's debut album.
See, to me, I get it, and I really appreciate that, but I want to hear the songs. So I was doing that, but I was like, you know what? I'm putting out a lot of effort and money, and I
True,
still am struggling to
true.
get these albums. So, I've also just started paying attention to the fact that there's a cycle for repressing certain number of
Yes,
years, right?
yes.
So, like, I stopped looking for it because I'm like, they'll probably repress it sometime around 35 years out.
I tell
Because
people the biggest bang for your buck, where you can make the most money on your collection, is if you are able to secure an originally pressed album between the years of 89 to 92 or 93, right before they stopped pressing vinyl,
hmm
you are probably sitting on a gold mine. And
hmm
that's probably why I spent so much money on I have every Winans album that has ever been
mm
made, even what the ones that were produced by Teddy Riley and R. Kelly. I have them. It was a lot of money to get them, but then like even Tony Braxton's debut album finally got it shipped here from California. Do not want to talk about what I spent for it, but it is there, and I probably have listened to it once.
mm. I'd have to listen to it more than once.
But see, here's where I mess up. If I have to get to that point, I'll buy a newer press version of the album because I got kids to put through college at some point in life or student loans to still pay off.
Yeah. Who do you think you have the most albums from?
Oh, you know what? There's a way to figure out because I have an app that keeps all of my albums. And so if you give me 2 seconds, I could probably tell you
Yeah.
the most albums by I think I have 497 albums.
hmm
Um,
I'm not gonna say the number I have.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked Rashida even has a place to live in your house.
And that's just the vinyl. That's not including the CDs.
Oh well, the CDC. I've let the CDs go because I feel like the vinyls is where it's at. I'm all for the vinyls. Will always be for the vinyls, and um, and I think I don't know if I had to guess. And I'm pulling up the information now, so it's getting me all the
Mhm.
stuff. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I have it. Hold on. Okay. Most collected artists, The Whispers.
The Whispers. Okay.
The Whispers at 10, Isley Brothers at 8, and Sade, Aretha Franklin, Maze, and the Winans all at 7 each, and Earth, Wind, and Fire all at 7 each.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't use that. I started with the app, but I don't catalog all my stuff. I'm
Yeah,
terrible about cataloging.
got to
But
do it,
the
Gary.
yeah,
Because
and
the
the
thing is you'll buy doubles of something.
yes, of course you will. That happens from time to time.
I know because I passed mine off to you.
But I kind of have a sense of who my most collected artists are.
Okay,
And this won't surprise you. Luther is one of them.
does not surprise me.
Like I even have the Change albums,
Yep,
the
yep,
actual Luther albums,
yep.
uh, and then all of the Luther Vandross albums. So yeah, that Luther wins, right? Like, so
I would probably guess that. I think with Luther, I've just purchased I probably have five or so Luther albums, but I have more. I just kind of checked them off my list because of all of the I got the greatest hits compilation collection.
I have that one too.
Yeah. But
Versions of it.
you can if you do not have Sade, I feel like no album vinyl collection is complete without the Queen.
I have Sade, but I don't have all of her stuff.
So you got to get the set.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So Luther, Michael, and
I
Michael
have a lot of
stuff.
Michael. I have a lot of
Yeah.
Michael. Not every Michael, but a lot of Michael.
And I have the Michael album that is actually his first album, but like we start at Off the Wall. I don't know why. Like his first out his the album before that, I forget the name of it. Yeah,
Okay. Well, Gary
yeah.
got me on that one, but that's okay. I got him on Magnus Farrell, so we are even today. We're good.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that whole thing with Magnus. I have all of them stuff Mary put out. Despite what people say about Mary, I'm still a Mary fan.
So I've not started Mary yet.
Yeah, I have Mary.
It's sitting in that is sitting in I will buy that from Amazon. That is sitting in my Amazon uh cart right now.
And I enjoyed her last album. My sister was like, I don't know, it doesn't sound. I enjoyed it, so whatever. Um, but to go back because we got way off of the news. So we talked about Nivea. We originally were recording yesterday, so I had looked up what things that had happened on this
Yep.
day,
Yep.
and Purple Rain opened in 1984 on that
Okay.
day, right?
Okay.
That I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Um, and Drew Hill had released an album, Independence Day, in 2010. Not that I really listened to that album. Yeah,
You can't Drew Hill. What a blip in time.
yeah. I mean, Drew Hill was interesting. I was in the military when they first dropped, and I hadn't heard them. And my ex-wife, who was my fiance at the time, uh, she was like, "Oh, they have this song out, these songs out." I listened, I was like, "Man, what is this?" Because it was, a group that clearly had potential, and I was like, "Wow, I really, really loved it." So, but some of their follow-up stuff,
Not worth it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Drew Hill is really one of those groups that I realized later. I felt like I really loved Drew Hill, but it was really like just the radio cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But see,
yeah.
that's my thing, is like I think everybody relies on the radio cuts. I'm not a radio cuts kind of guy. When we have our challenges, I'm going deep cuts from artists that people won't necessarily listen to or have not heard in a long time and forgotten
Mhm.
about because I feel like those are the songs that really make it. I mean, we talk about this all the time. And I think that just it pays to like when you have vinyl, you can't just pick up the needle all the time and try to
Right.
use a song. You got to listen to it.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true, and that's the difference in experience of having vinyl. Is why I like it. It slows you down.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
if I'm streaming and I'm listening to your album, which is hard to do, and the song doesn't catch me right away, I'm out of
you're
there.
done.
I'm out of there. Bing, next, right?
I agree.
And so I'm getting through your album in like 5 minutes. Like it's like,
I have found so much good music just because I've had to. I try to challenge myself in the car to like listen to the whole album as I would with vinyl.
yeah.
And I have found myself falling in love with albums more often than not because of it.
Yeah, no, if you can slow yourself down, you
Yeah,
realize there's a lot better stuff out there than you think there is. So,
correct.
yeah,
Correct.
no. That is definitely a reality. So let's see, what do we have left before we get out of here? Got a throwback that you've been listening to?
Gary, throwback that I've been listening to. I do, as a matter of fact. I do have a throwback that I've been listening to. And the reason why I probably have been listening to it so much lately is because it has just been, I don't know, it just keeps coming up. I don't know why it's coming up as much as it is, but it's one of my favorite throwbacks that I love to listen to. Um, I think that it is probably really underrated, really underrated. And I don't know if everybody would even think about knowing it, but probably one of the best songs from this group, and it's Shalimar. I love Shalimar. I think Howard Hewitt is probably one of the most underrated male artists of all time. You put him with Jeffrey Daniels and Jody Watley. I mean, that was the best lineup of Shalimar. But one of his first songs when he came into the group was "Somewhere There's a Love." And so it's like on my Saturday cleaning list. I love Somewhere There's a Love. He hit every note perfect. It's smooth. It's clean. He demonstrates just how important vocal range is. So I don't think you can go wrong with that song.
Okay.
You?
That's Yeah, mine is more contemporary, although not right in the moment. And it's a guy who recently was in the news. He's doing a concert with another R&B artist.
So it's Chris
Uh,
Brown or Usher.
it's Usher. And he was in the news because of the girl that got on stage and then didn't want to participate in the sweat and all of the stuff,
Right.
right? But it's Superstar because
Yeah. Superstar's a good one.
I'm still after all these years trying to get that initial rundown at the beginning of the song that everybody tries and murders. Uh, but yeah, no, it kind of just popped up in my head again, right? And so
Yeah.
like I'm trying to
Yeah.
sing it out of my head, and yeah, trying to do the run, but that's never gonna happen.
I would tell you one thing that I've liked this summer. There's a DJ called Named Amorphous.
Hmm.
And mostly you can only get his stuff. You can get some of his stuff on iTunes or Spotify, but you really have to go to YouTube to look him up. He does great mashups of really like old school songs with new school songs. He did a great mashup um, of Beyonce and Total's "Can't You See,"
Mm.
um, which I thought was excellent. He also did one between Aretha Franklin's "Rocksteady" and "Dancing Machine" by the Jacksons.
Oh, I
And
think I heard that one. Yeah.
yeah. And the last one that I thought was really good was um he used, who was it that he used? He used Tony Tony Tony, which I know how you
Yeah.
feel about Tony Tony Tony. And he used let me see, a more he used Tony 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 and I think probably, God, why am I thinking blanking on the guy that he worked with? Anyhow, um hold on, it's right here. Miguel. It was Miguel. I don't know how I missed that. So it's
Mm.
Sure Thing by Miguel and Whatever You Want by Tony, 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 and put them together, which was just phenomenal. So I
Mm.
encourage people to check out that nice mashup that he has online. He's got a million of them. It can help build a whole new playlist for you.
I'm gonna have to hear the Sure Thing mashup.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, this is great. I love this. I think we should do this more. Um, Figure out what the pattern is here, and I'm hoping that people really enjoy us talking about music. I love music. If you listen to the theme, I wrote the theme, by the way. But if you listen, and actually, if you listen closely, my voice is melded into the theme of the song,
Correct.
right? So, I actually put some effort into this one. But I really love R&B music. I could talk about it for days, and I hope Corey, you want to join me again soon so that we can do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. And I would actually challenge us to walk through the history of an album next time. And I think that we should talk about the Boomerang album, which I think is one of the greatest soundtracks of all time.
Now, here's the thing. I don't have a vinyl copy. It kills me I don't
Guess
have a vinyl
what?
copy.
Guess what? There's two copies in New York City as we speak.
Hmm.
There's a copy at A1 Records, and there's another copy at a place in Brooklyn.
How much are they gonna cost?
That does not matter, Gary. You are a legislator.
Which is why I don't have any damn money.
But I'm going to tell you, I had a newfound love for this album. I went on a road trip from Philadelphia with a colleague of ours, a good representative, Eleni Cavros DeGraw, who knows every song of the Boomerang album. She has it on cassette
Wow.
to this day, and loves that album. And we both agreed it's one of the best albums in the world. And I think next time we also got to talk about Yacht Rock because it is like the
Yacht Rock.
undisputed. Bring Susan Keene on to talk about that. It is the undisputed genre of the Black community. People do not understand how much you actually do love Yacht Rock. And I want us to play at the beginning of that episode a video of America's quote unquote first Black president dancing to Ambrosia's Yacht Rock with his wife at his inauguration in 1993. And Hillary had a nice two-step that only you will find in either Detroit or Chicago with it. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I think we can do that. I think we can throw a little yacht rock in. Um, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think we probably should think about like an album and talk about the album itself in a little bit deeper. But yeah, you're right, Boomer. That's why I'm so frustrated. I don't have a copy of that on vinyl because it's a great album
It's expensive.
and I don't
It
have
is,
it.
it is, you know, it's expensive when they have it displayed up above the cash register and not in the rest of the vinyl bins. That's how you already know.
They just need to
So
run me. They just need to run me a new pressing.
it's not going to happen anytime soon. That's the
I
problem.
I
I
know.
don't think people have thought about it enough yet.
How? How? No, you can't get your hands on this thing.
You would
Collectors
think.
have to think about it.
You would think
Yeah.
that it would be an easy thing for people to pick up on, but it's not there yet. So hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Well, anyway, thank to the people who are watching. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Corey, I think we're trying to come back in a week or so.
Yep, we're coming back in a week.
All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. We might even get to be in regular. Anyway, thanks for watching. We enjoyed it. We'll be back and we'll work on this and polish it up a little bit and think you'll enjoy this. All right.
All right, thanks, G.
Bye.